In this video, we show how formatting a report becomes really easy if you use outlines in conjunction with styles. We're going to look at the outline view and styles in Word 2011 for the Apple Mac, but the principles apply to all other versions of Word on PCs and Macs. In a new blank document, open the Styles palette from the toolbox. Click on Styles in Use. As it's a new document, the Style palette shows us two things: Normal, which is the default style, and Clear formatting. You can find out about clear formatting in our video about adding contents to documents. We'll start by switching to Outline View to create an outline. Notice that Normal in the Styles palette changes to Heading 1. Type in something that you want to be Heading 1. Let's now create a heading at the next level down, and you see Heading 2 appears in the Styles palette. If you look at the pull-down menu, you see these styles have appeared there as well. Switch to Draft View or Print Layout View, and you can see what these heading styles will look like if the document was printed. The styles look like they do because that's how they were formatted when the software was designed. These heading styles were already in our new document. If you now look at Recommended or All Styles on the palette, you can see there are a lot more styles waiting to be called into action if you want them. But it's generally best to keep things simple and create styles that you understand. You can see there are a lot more styles in the All Styles list, but not in the Styles in Use list. But if you now create a Heading 3, a Heading 3 duly appears in the Styles palette. And because they're styles, they can all be modified using the Modified Style procedure. So if you don't like what Microsoft has given you, you just have to change it. Let's make Heading 1 Times New Roman, bold, all capitals, 20 point, centered, and we'll make the font color black. And you can do something similar with all of your new heading styles. Now let's look at paragraph formatting. The paragraph formatting palette has two main sections. Indents and spacing deals with things like left and right alignment, centering, justification, and whether paragraphs are indented from the main text on the left or the right. One thing that's often neglected is space before and after. If people want to create extra space after a heading, they often just put in a blank line feed. This is a big mistake, which will lead to some really difficult layout problems, which we'll talk about later on. Let's look at the other main section, line and page breaks. It's important to understand these items because they help you keep parts of your document together. Notice that there are ticks in 3 of these boxes, and this is how it should be for headings. If we remove the ticks, I can now show you how important they are. In word processing, a single line of a paragraph that's left on a previous page is called an orphan. If a page break forces a single line to be on its own, this single line is called a widow. These don't look good in a document, and all you need to do is make sure that the widow and orphan control option is ticked, and Microsoft Word does the rest. Make sure that Keep Lines Together is ticked so that headings are never split between 2 pages. It doesn't matter if normal paragraphs get split between pages, but it's unhelpful if headings are split in this way. If Keep with Next is not ticked, if you add or remove a few words from a paragraph, or insert or change the size of a diagram, then it might affect many of the page breaks that follow it, so everything in your document will need rechecking. If you want to create a bit of extra space before or after a paragraph, never do it by just putting in extra blank lines by pressing the Enter key. The heading obeys the Keep with Next instruction, so the next paragraph is the blank line. Always use the space before and the space after command to give vertical separation between paragraphs. Go to Indents and Spacing and create your vertical spacing using the spacing before and after controls. Creating vertical space like this ensures that your document will be easy to control and will appear consistent. Check out these related videos for more information about each of these topics.